Lovely. Kind of reminds me of Rudyard Kipling's If. Have you ever read that poem? Great poem. And Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. But for adults and beautiful.
Nothing wrong with Dr. Seuss. A genius. Any more questions?
Yeah. At Kazoosh asks, I know every writer has his routine before they...
Here.
What? You're here?
No, I said they're not even here.
They're not even here. We don't discriminate against virtual people.
They don't even go here.
I know every writer has his routine before they start to write. What is yours?
Oh boy. Get the kids dressed, get them fed, get them out, walk them, break up their fights on the way to school, shake my head when I'm done with that because I'm exhausted and the day hasn't even started, then go home and start to write. It's not that complicated. It's not something that it takes a lot of ceremony. Just write as soon as I can, whenever time allows.
Just simply get rid of your children.
Yeah, exactly. That's a prerequisite.
Somebody in the back. Will you, yes, you went to your toes. Ask a question just loudly.
Okay, what was the hardest part of the book to write, and while writing it, did you cry?
What was the hardest part of the
like
book
the most
to write, and what did you cry while writing it, or are you a real man? She didn't say I think we can infer.
Real men cry. The hardest part for me to write was when Eileen and Sergei say goodbye. I got really attached to that character. I got attached to him because he provided such a release valve for Eileen, and I would have wanted to keep him around, but I knew that it would not be to the book's credit to keep him around because it wouldn't have made sense for any of these characters for that to happen. And I had to say goodbye to him, she had to say goodbye to him, so writing that the departure scene, I was feeling a lot of emotion as I was writing it, certainly. And I write by hand, so you know, I was rushing just to kind of get it all out and stay with it, and this thing was welling up in my chest as I was writing, and I was just trying to write through it and get to the end of the scene and not forget any of the little moments that were presenting themselves. And you know, when something like that is happening, you're just trying to let it come out. You're letting yourself be a conduit for that moment. You're making choices, but it's a complex interplay where the characters are really telling you what's happening in that scene, and you just have to listen to it and get out of the way as well.
Yes.
Who was the first character?
I'm going to be her. I'll repeat the question so that I'm...
Who was the first character that you created in your mind?
Yes, you do sound like that.
They all kind of emerged out of the ethers